Good Monday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top news stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And typical fall day pretty much around north central Washington today as we look down from our Sky-Fi tower camera at our neighbors in Kashmir. Look at the beautiful colors at the bottom of your screen, the copper colors, lots of yellow and oranges out there. It's hard to believe after that big wind that we had Friday that any leaves are left on the trees, but it is definitely going to feel more like winter as we get into tonight and tomorrow. We have unseasonably cold weather moving in. That's right, that's the jet stream, that green arrow, and that is all cold air funneling down from Canada inside that trough of low pressure. And that's what we will see for about the next 2 or 3 days. And we are talking some pretty cold wind chills, especially as we get into tomorrow morning. Look at that. 14 possible wind chill degrees in Wenatchee tomorrow, 9 for Moses Lake, 5 degrees in Ritzville, and an even 0. That's right, 0 for you folks up in Okanagan County in Winthrop. So we have much cooler air moving in and some changes in our weather pattern. We'll talk more about that coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. A convicted burglar who spent almost 2.5 years in prison and a prison-based drug rehab is suspected of stealing firearms from homes in Wenatchee and Dryden. An 80-year-old man who sexually abused a child 20 years ago earned a sentence Friday of 10 years in prison. And winds of up to 60 miles an hour caused lots of damage in the Leavenworth area on Friday. But first we begin tonight. Traffic was backed up outside Orondo late this morning after a 2-vehicle collision. The Washington State Patrol says a 2018 Toyota RAV4 ran into the back of a 2007 Ford Edge as both vehicles were northbound on Highway 297. The RAV4 then rolled several times. There were no serious injuries. Both lanes of the highway were reopened shortly after 1 p.m. A 38-year-old Carlton man was killed yesterday afternoon in a 2-car accident on State Route 153. That's about 20 miles north of Pateros. The Washington State Patrol reports that Clayton M. Thornton was driving northbound at milepost 20 shortly after 3 o'clock when his Ford Explorer lost control on a curve, crossed the center line, and struck a southbound vehicle. Thornton was declared dead at the scene. The 2 occupants of the southbound vehicle were not seriously injured. The cause of the crash is under investigation. A convicted burglar who spent almost 2.5 years in prison-based drug rehab is suspected of stealing firearms from homes in Wenatchee and Dryden. Chelan County Sheriff's detectives say 28-year-old Cameron Michael Darnell and a partner broke into a home on North Dryden Road October 9th and stole 7 rifles and a shotgun. He's also charged in burglary and a theft of a pistol from a Wenatchee home where he was allegedly caught on videotape breaking in through a pet door. Moses Lake police arrested Darnell October 16th during an attempted theft at the local Walmart. He was also wanted for questioning in multiple thefts and burglaries in Yakima, Douglas County, Union Gap, and other areas. An 80-year-old man who sexually abused a child 20 years ago earned a sentence Friday of 10 years in prison. A jury convicted Michael Sutcliffe Dietering of Manson of child rape and molestation committed back in 1999. Chelan County Superior Court Judge Leslie Allen imposed the 10-year sentence, acknowledging it could mean Dietering spends the rest of his life in prison. Prosecutors had asked for a sentence of 15 years. Well, high winds that buffeted the upper Wenatchee Valley created some hazards for the town of Leavenworth on Friday. Power was knocked out to parts of downtown after the winds hit about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Multiple homeowners reported damage, including a fallen tree that collapsed a residential roof on Commercial Street. Blackbird Island Park was briefly closed to foot traffic due to the risk of falling trees. It took about 12 hours to restore electricity to all customers. Fortunately, there were no reports of injuries. Coming up next, Rocky Reach Dam has accidentally discharged more than 300 gallons of hydraulic oil into the Columbia River since June. If you saw flames and heavy smoke in the Manson area Saturday, there was no need for concern. And some north central Washington firefighters are headed to California to battle the deadly blazes burning there. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
Some jobs are a calling. They take passion and a devotion to the community. They're here for your kids, guiding the next generation of leaders. At Gisa Credit Union, we help you support local teachers. Every purchase you make with the Gisa Local Heroes Affinity Debit Card, we make a donation to select teacher organizations. After all, we can never repay them, but we can do our best to help a little with the Gisa Teachers Affinity Debit Card.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
If you want to work in IT, here's a tip. Employers value IT certifications. 91% say they play a key role in hiring. 72% require them for certain job openings. Improve your odds of getting the job. Enroll in the Computer Networking Systems program at Charter College. In 14 months, you could earn an associate degree and 6 IT certifications. Get started at chartercollege.edu/IT, where we work to get you to work.
Welcome back. In another news, Rocky Reach Dam has accidentally discharged more than 300 gallons of hydraulic oil into the Columbia River since June. The Chelan County PUD reported the spills to the State Department of Ecology. Oil leaks like these have led environmental groups to threaten lawsuits against the agency. Back in March, the PUD reached a settlement with the watchdog group Columbia Riverkeeper to step up its monitoring and permitting of hydraulic discharges. The utility district shut down one turbine for repairs after it spilled more than 200 gallons during the summer. Well, if you saw flames and heavy smoke in the Manson area on Saturday, there was no need for concern. The Manson Fire Department set fire to a derelict structure on Clate Road for a little firefighting practice. The department says the training went well. Well, speaking of firefighters, some North Central Washington firefighters are headed to California to battle the deadly blazes burning there. Washington's Emergency Management Division pulled together 7 task forces of firefighters from 31 different fire agencies. Chelan County Fire District 1 Chief Brian Brett said a total of 9 local personnel are ready to head where they're needed.
Chelan County Fire District 1, Chelan County Fire District 3, and 7 all mobilized Type 3 engines with crews of 3 to head down there to California. Currently, they're in holding at the Sunny Slope Fire Station, awaiting final paperwork before they deploy, and they're going to rendezvous in Biggs Junction, Oregon, and meet up with Southeast Region Resources before they proceed down. And it is undetermined at this time which incident they're going to be assigned to. This is the 3rd time Chelan County Fire District 1 has participated in a mobilization down to California. Fortunately, we have the nice, cool winter breaks for us in our wildland season. Sadly, California doesn't seem to get those breaks, so we're always willing and eager to go help our partners.
The need in California is great. More than 66,000 acres have burned in Sonoma County, and the Getty fire outside Los Angeles has destroyed multiple homes and forced evacuations. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's features story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
Are you like many who are lacking in their retirement plan but are skeptical to talk to an advisor? Are you concerned about where you should put your money or who to trust? At Solomon Financial, we are more about the people we serve than policies or products. We are a fee-based fiduciary with the mission of giving you the peace of mind so you can live the retirement of your dreams. If you have any of these questions or concerns, we'd welcome you to come see us.
Being able to support yourself and your family is an important part of who we are. We all need to know we're able to provide ourselves with a secure future. Some job seekers have a harder time finding work. That's why Goodwill's Employment Connection Center is here, a free walk-in job search assistance program designed to help people find work. When you shop at or donate to Goodwill, you're really being a job creator, and that's a good thing for everyone's future. Goodwill. There's more behind the store.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. Saturday was Make a Difference Day in the Wenatchee Valley, and hundreds of volunteers were out working on dozens of projects. In tonight's feature story, here are some photos of just a small snippet of the good work done Saturday. Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. And before we get to those details, let's take a beautiful look outside our weather window at how it looked this afternoon here in North Central Washington. You can see Highway 2 running up around Cashmere. And look at the beautiful colors along the Wenatchee River and along Highway 2. Saw a beautiful day today with lots of sunshine out there this afternoon. Very light wind today, and I hope you enjoyed that because that is really going to change. And temperatures, they're going to change too. We'll get to that in a second. But first of all, temperatures today about where we should see them for this time of year. 55 degrees unofficially. That's just a tick above where we should see them. 54 is our normal high temperature. 36 is where we started the day. 37 is our normal low temperature. 70 degrees, beautiful record high. That was set back in 2003. Record low, 23 degrees, set in 1971. No new precipitation the past 24 hours. That means we're staying at 6.39 inches for the year. Sunrise 7:38 this morning. Sun will set tonight at 10 minutes to 6. Now let's take a look at how our Tuesday weather shapes up. One thing is really going to stand out to you. We're not going to show you all the wind we might see, but look at these temperatures. Yes, these are high temperatures for Tuesday. 41 Moses Lake and Ephrata. Also Quincy 41, 40 for Ellensburg, and here in Wenatchee only 40 degrees for our high tomorrow. 39 in Cashmere, 38 in Leavenworth, and 40 degrees the high temperature. It's going to be a cool one for all of us in North Central Washington. Chelan, you're no different at 40 degrees tomorrow. Taking a look at that surface loop now. Tonight, mostly clear. We will see some breezy conditions at times. It will be cold. Look at this trough of low pressure, and that means all of us in the 30s overnight, just about in all the central and western U.S. As we get into Tuesday, lots of sunshine, but don't let it fool you. It is going to be cold tomorrow with northerly winds and cold air rushing down. These are highs tomorrow, and all the blue is 30-degree temperatures, just a little bit of 40s and maybe some 50s. Things will get a little bit better temperature-wise as we get into Wednesday. Still going to be a cold one with sunshine, but just a sliver of those 30-degree temperatures and some 40s. We will still be in the low 40s on Wednesday, and then our warm-up begins in earnest, at least here in the Wenatchee Valley on Thursday. Mostly sunny, slightly warmer as more of that colder air pushes off to the east, and that's along this frontal boundary. But by Friday, clear skies once again, lots of sun and warmer temperatures. At least by Friday, we're going to get back into the lower 50s, so that'll be really nice. Maybe even some middle 50s for you folks over in the Columbia Basin. It should be just a beautiful weekend this weekend, and even better as we get into our Sunday forecast with sunshine as well by Sunday, and temperatures once again then with mostly sunny skies into the upper 50s. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune 7-day forecast tonight. Yeah, 23 degrees as that cold air funnels in beginning late, probably early evening into mid-evening tonight. 40 for our high temperature tomorrow, 18 the low temperature on Tuesday morning, and 41 for Wednesday, 25 the overnight low. Things do get better though as we make our way into the end of the week. 50 degrees your high temperature on Friday, 53 Saturday, and look at Sunday. Mostly sunny skies then with the high above normal at 56 degrees. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales.
Where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Monday to you. Since the Nationals clubbed the Astros in Game 2 of the World Series in Houston 12-3, Washington has managed just 3 runs over the past 3 games. And in the process, Houston has taken a 3-2 lead following Sunday's 7-1 victory. Yordan Alvarez broke a scoreless tie in the second with a 2-run homer to center field off Washington starter Joe Ross. Now Ross, a last-minute replacement for Max Scherzer, who couldn't go because of neck spasms. Carlos Correa created further separation in the fourth on a 2-run shot that put the Astros up 4-0. That would be plenty for Houston starter Garrett Cole, who struck out 9 over 7 innings to earn the victory. Now Houston returns home with all the momentum for Game 6. That'll be Tuesday night, 5:07 on Fox. It'll be a rematch of Game 2 starters with Steven Strasburg going for the Nationals, Justin Verlander for Houston. Well, Seattle raced out to a 24-0 lead at halftime and held on for a 27-20 win at Atlanta Sunday. Seahawks offense scored on 4 of 5 possessions in the first half as Russell Wilson found DK Metcalf on 2 touchdown passes while Chris Carson ran for another. But the script flipped in the second half with backup quarterback Matt Schaub throwing for 460 yards, leading the Falcons to scores on 4 of its 5 possessions. Seahawks coach Pete Carroll was happy to come out of there with a win, but admits the second half was not the greatest.
A lot of things happened. We functioned. Quarterback functioned well. Hit DK for a couple touchdowns. Chris Carson ran really well. It was great for him to have a good game here coming back home. Penny ran the ball really well. We ran like crazy in the first half, and it was rare that you would run for 130 yards at halftime. But it just didn't show up in the second half. But we saw a lot of good things. Unfortunately, Justin Britt got hurt and hurt his knee, and we'll know more. But it looks like something's going to keep him out, and we'll see what happens. But on the other side of that, Joey Hunt jumped in there. Joey's been preparing for this opportunity forever. He's been a great worker and a total team guy, and he'll do a really good job filling the spot.
Seattle improved to 6-2 with a win, returns home to face 2-5 Tampa Bay Sunday at CenturyLink Field. On the Les Schwab College football scoreboard, Oregon's Camden Lewis kicked a 26-yard field goal as time expired to lift the number 11 Ducks to a 37-35 win over Washington State Saturday. The game winner came after the Cougars scored on a 5-yard fourth down touchdown pass from Anthony Gordon to Brandon Arconato with a minute left. WSU had no answer for Oregon running back C.J. Verdell, who rushed for a career-high 257 yards and 3 touchdowns. Marcus Knight ran for 131 yards and 3 scores to lead Montana past Eastern Washington in the snow 34-17. Michael Roots rushed for 221 yards and 3 touchdowns, while Christian Moore threw for 4 others. Central Washington demolished Simon Fraser 62-10. Let's turn back things to Friday in the big matchup between Wenatchee and Sunnyside in Big 9 football. Wenatchee defense turned in 7 sacks and shut out Sunnyside 28-0. In a win at Leiboftel Field of the Apple Bowl, Nate Blauman rushed for over 100 yards and a score. Camden Sermon threw for 2 touchdown passes, and J.J. Jelsing had an 80-yard punt return touchdown as the Panthers remain unbeaten in Big 9 play. I was alongside Grant Olson with a call here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Panthers have had it pretty much this entire second quarter. Here's Blauman, just waltzes into the 10 zone. Touchdown, Panthers! 4 yards, Nathan Blauman.
I should mention that they've moved Vincent Bentley into the guard on that side and moved Cass out. So Bentley, the giant guard at 6'4", 315, he's opening up garage door holes over there for Nate Blauman, who parked his car in the end zone.
Sermon shotgun. A couple of drop steps back. He's got a miss to a wide open 50, 10-5. Touchdown, Panthers, 23 yards. This time, Rodriguez back in shotgun under some pressure. Does get away from it, though. Now pressure back, and he's going to go down again. This time inside the 40 at the 37-yard line. So Rivera on to punt, as Eric said, yet again tonight. And back is J.J. Jelsing into the wind. Jelsing should get a return this time. Handles it at the 20-yard line. Gets past the first wave of defenders. Now the 30, 35's got speed. 40, 45, 50 down the sideline. Still inbounds. 30, 20, 15, 5. Touchdown, Panthers. No flags down. 4th and 3 for Sunnyside. Boy, is this big for the Grizzlies right now at the Panther 14-yard line. Rodriguez, delay handoff. Fernandez, he gonna get there? No, he's not. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage, and the Panthers will get it turned over on downs. All right, 2nd down and 5 for the Panthers. Quick pass left side, Obadiah Young, and he's got all kinds of field. 20, 10, touchdown, Panthers, 50 yards, Obadiah Young. And they are going to let it go, and this is going to do it. Wenatchee is going to go on for a big win. It's the Wenatchee Panthers 28 and the Sunnyside Grizzlies shut out nothing.
Did you guys expect to be able to do this tonight against a vaunted Sunnyside team?
Yeah, we did. We just knew what we were getting into, and we just watched a lot of film on them, and we just knew coming in that we were going to dominate.
That sophomore quarterback's been throwing the ball around, but quick passes. What was the key for you guys against him coming in?
Hope our corners covered him really well. We just wanted our corners to cover the receivers really well, and then we get to him in time.
Talk about, of course, these receivers. We've heard all about them. We've read all about them. You guys shut them down tonight.
Yeah. All week of practice, just working the same thing over and over again. We all knew coming into the game we were better than them on the defensive end and offensive end. So just the preparation came down to watching film, figuring out what steps they do before they run their route. Just all that type of stuff, preparation in general.
So big win for Wenatchee. Also Friday, Eastmont bounced back from its only loss of the season with a 56-27 win at Eisenhower, and Moses Lake remain winless with a 21-17 loss to Southridge. Caribou Trail League, Cashmere won a non-leaguer at College Place. Okanagan crushed Cascade, and Omak remain unbeaten with a win over Chelan. In the Central Washington Athletic Conference Friday, East Valley beat up on Ephrata. Quincy fell to Ellensburg. Sela, Pullman, Prosser, and Zilla also winners. In B-League football on Friday, Waterville-Mansfield got its first win of the season. Downing-Pateras 14-12. Liberty Bell beat Bridgeport. Wilbur Crusty won big over Soap Lake. Odessa ran roughshod over ACH. Manson fell to Lynn, Ritzville, Sprague. Lake Roosevelt topped Tedasket. Orville shut out Kettle Falls. Turning to the Les Schwab Prep girls soccer scoreboard from the weekend, Moses Lake clobbered Sunnyside 7-0. Eastmont blanked Davis 3-0. Manson edged Orville 2-1. On the volleyball courts, Chelan hosted a double duel with Lakeside, 9 Mile Falls, Freeman, and Cascade Saturday. The Goats swept both Freeman and Lakeside, while the visitors swept 3 from the Kodiaks. Also Saturday, Manson edged Waterville-Mansfield 3-1. Finally, the Wenatchee Wild gave up 12 goals in 2 games in a sweep at the hands of the Salmon Arm Silverbacks over the weekend. Salmon Arm came out and scored 4 goals in the first period Friday en route to an 8-5 win. There you see who scored the goals for the Wenatchee Wild. And then on Saturday, Salmon Arm would rebound again after a goal early by Wenatchee, win it by a final of 4-2. Wenatchee on the road Wednesday, back home Friday and Saturday. That's sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And finally tonight, for the first time, people can now go online to get a permit. Can't believe we're talking about this, but a permit to cut a Christmas tree in the National Forest. Starting this Friday, it no longer will be necessary to go to a Forest Service office to buy your permit. All you'll need to do is print out your permit once you've bought it online. The permits are $5 each with a maximum tree size of 15 feet. You can go to forest.fs.usa.gov to purchase that permit. Now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Grant. I hope everybody out there stays warm over the next couple of days. It's going to be chilly, as Grant has already mentioned. I'll give you your latest weather update tomorrow morning. Also, we'll continue our week-long series of getting to know the candidates for the November 5th general election. As you know by now, the incumbent in Leavenworth stepping aside. That gives Scott Bradshaw and Carl Florea a chance to be the next mayor. You'll get to meet those folks tomorrow on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And as a special bonus, we'll read off the names of everybody who didn't win the lottery on Saturday night, time permitting. That's tomorrow, Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, live from this very studio. Grant, back to you.
I'll tune in for that, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us. Have a great night.
NCWLIFE channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's learn. Guada TV. Street Talk and other stuff. The 12th District. Life with Lisa. And the Arbiter of Stoke. NCWLIFE channel is your local TV station.
Hey there, Wenatchee. I'm Sean Lee, and I'm inviting you to check out the NCW Movie Guide to keep up on what movies are playing in our town.
I'm Jim Corcoran.
And I'm Ken Osborne.
And you're watching the NCWLIFE channel.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills in Manson, where we've got huge news. We've started our Blueberry U-Pick. It's a great time to toss the family in the car and get on out to Blueberry Hills, where you can get the best down-home scratch country cooking around and pick some of the world's most delicious and largest blueberries that have been high desert farmed. This makes for an intense blueberry flavor, and they are so much fun to pick. Our fields are open 8 to 2:30 daily and restaurant from 8 to 3, so come on out and join us.